welcome back, guys, to another episode on our podcast. I think today we're gonna talk about a topic I guess that's been getting talked a lot on the news.
It's a very hard topic to speak
Delicate.
about. Like, it's something that a lot of people are, controversial about it, and some people see it as a negative thing, and others don't. But we're gonna talk about that.
So I guess I think you guys already know we're talking about the riots, the protests, basically in LA. I mean, not just LA; it's here happening in San Francisco, San Diego,
Every, Everywhere in the United States,
basically, yeah. But I think it's mainly heavily out here in Cali
in California,
because
yeah.
of the big demographic of the Democrats out here. So
Uh, Besides that, it's more of the immigrants, like a lot of
yeah,
immigrants.
yeah,
It's a sanctuary place. California is a sanctuary place.
hmm
Everybody is safe, welcome
from
here,
yeah,
because
from
it's
people
a
from
safe
all walk of
place.
life. So
Yeah. So yeah, guys, we're gonna be speaking on behalf of the protest.
well,
This
I
is
thought we're
just
not speaking
our.
on behalf of the protest.
Well,
We're
it's more
speaking in
like
general, the general
no,
talk.
it's more of like it's just a topic where we want to get into, and it's just out of respect. Yeah, we're just gonna give our personal opinion. It's nothing to offend anybody. It's just remember we listen, but we don't judge. It's just our opinion as people, in
hmm
general, and
hmm
how I view it. You know, that honestly, I'm not gonna take no part on anybody's side, Republican or Democrat. Like
Yeah,
honestly, I'm just gonna bluntly say what I feel about it. Personally, coming from immigrant parents, I understand the hard work and why they come here. So
yeah.
yeah,
I think in general words, I would say. I mean, everybody's here to to have a better life, basically.
yeah,
Um,
that's technically why all of us come. And it's not to offend anybody. It's just something we're personally, how we take it and how we view it.
yeah.
But this is what we're gonna be talking about. You know,
So I guess I mean there are I guess bunch of sides on the protest. You got the one from the people, Well, there's two sides for the people, the left and the right. Then you got the cops, you know. Then we got our federal. You got the president. So I guess there's a line that's been drawn of what's right and wrong. Um, I think the whole point of the protest is you guys should have a peaceful protest. I mean, I don't understand about how you guys gonna get your point across if you guys are burning cars, breaking stuff, looting. I don't
I
know
think
how that's gonna
I I
work.
think I think the most important one that I didn't agree on was when they started burning the flag. I don't know if it has to do with people that are just doing it just to ruin the protest, but I don't think, and I honestly really don't think that's something that's acceptable here with the protest. If you're trying to represent Mexicans and you're trying to represent us, as
I mean,
immigrants,
yeah,
I don't think that's the right way to do it. You know what I mean? Like it's not something I view. I don't feel proud of that. It makes us look bad, to be honest.
yeah. Just because I mean, you guys are here in America. You guys want to stay in America. You guys are protesting about ICE. You guys are protesting about deportation. Why are you guys burning the flag? You know, you guys are coming. You guys want to stay in America, but then you guys are burning the flag of America. You know.
Another thing too that we're so worried about burning flags here and protesting to stay here, but you got to know that in Mexico and TJ right now, what's happening with the protests over there? They're trying to kick out the caravan people, the people from Central America. They're bringing racists to the same people, and we're over here saying this and that. You guys are being mean when honestly, in other countries like what is it, Iran, you can't even be a woman. You can't even speak for yourself. You're trash basically to the guys, the males over there. and we have all that freedom of speech to speak and be right with, with the US and everything, and we ruin it when we do things like that, and it cuts more chances for us to have more help here when we act like fucking animals,
Mm-hmm.
excuse my language, but I'm just being straight bluntly, that's not the way to do it. And I feel like as Mexican American, from the people that are, that came to cross the country legally from my family, also didn't view it the right way like that, and if people witness people doing things like that guy, I give props to the guy that was in the protest that stopped somebody from burning the American flag. I don't know if you'll ever hear this, you know this talk that we're having about it, but I give him props. He just showed that he's a true American, and that if he doesn't have papers and he chose to not burn that flag, that's the American way, and that's the way we should be if we're trying to stay in this country and work hard. But then again, I get the other side that they wanna, they're angry, they're this and that, because like I said, um, I get their side too. Is like, somebody told me this too, and it makes sense. They see it a certain way because they're angry because, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard that they're taking people out of the streets, like the bounty hunters are working to make money, to make money, by taking people. And I don't think that's right. And the people that don't have like that identification and stuff saying that they're ICE, I think that's
Yeah.
wrong. I think bounty hunters shouldn't be doing that, and I agree on that part. And just discriminating everybody, that's honestly fucked up, It's like they're saying that, say for example, me, right, I'm a US citizen, I come from, I'm brown, and I'm walking and stuff, and they see me and they take me, and I'm telling them, hey, I'm a US citizen, look at my card.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's wrong. That's really wrong. I don't think bounty hunters should be hunting people like that. I think they should leave that to the federal agents to take care of that. So that's something that I've seen, on videos, and people have told me. So I get why people, the public, is scared, you know. But
Yeah.
I feel like they should have not done what they did at the protest of blocking roads, and they should have done a peaceful protest. Go, to the most important part, where all the important people gather, I feel like that's something they should have done, so everybody's safe, And
Mm-hmm.
if they're looting, stop the looters. Hey, we don't represent that. Don't do that, Not go into it and do it more and more and mess everything up for us. Like, I think that's where the line draws, where people loot and they destroy everything, which I don't agree on. It just makes us look bad. And burning the flag where you want to stay in doesn't look great, man. Like, it just doesn't look good. Like, it makes us look like fucking idiots. We're here to be hardworking people and be here for our parents. They come, from a long way. Crossing that border isn't easy, and knowing that people are burning the flag where we came to have a education, a new life. It's sad. I don't agree on it. You know.
Yep. Yep. I don't know what department it was, but recently they actually pulled over a guy in a white. I don't say it was the white or gray Durango, and he had lights. He had lights. He had cop lights on and stuff. He was impersonating as a cop or federal agent. Who knows? But I mean, he was arrested. I don't know, maybe
I
what.
think I think it was a federal. He tried to be a federal agent, and they stopped them. And honestly, things like that, I don't agree on.
Like
Why are
it's
you trying to
now it's like
impersonate?
where I mean, yes, the ICE have given the power to obviously be plainclothes, be in unmarked cars. I understand. There's for their protection. It makes sense. But I think like now these guys are doing all of that for a criminal activity, a completely something different. Who knows what he was doing? Who knows? Maybe he was pulling over people, taking money from them, or whatnot. Um, I think it's like another situation now that's has a rise of now impersonating because there's just so much heavily heavy law enforcement in just in SoCal. So
You know what? Right now that you're saying impersonating, I feel like if it's true what they're saying, and I kind of do believe what's going on with the impersonating and stuff, and the people covering their faces. Look,
yeah,
one, I think the covering faces is it's okay because they're
it's to
not gonna want
protect.
people
It's
to
to protect them.
look, like they don't want people to find out where they live. You know how easy it is to find somebody now by the image because of AI and all that stuff. They don't want their family harmed because they're only doing their job. They went to school for that. It's not easy to become a federal agent, a cop. It's not easy, but they're providing for the families. That's something the public needs to understand. It's not that they hate you. It's the fact that their job, it's anywhere, any other country that you work for the government, you're supposed to do your job. If you don't do your job, you get fired. How's your income? I bet if one of those people were in that shoe, they would think the same. Another thing though that I don't think it's right is when like they say the bounty hunters, the people that are impersonating that aren't really federal agents, I feel like they should step down. I don't know why they're allowing them, but honestly, they should get arrested for that because if they're not actual federal agents, why are they going and doing their job? Oh yeah, we get paid on the side. No, like you're not a Fed. Why are you doing that job for them? And another thing that I think it's honestly better to do is that I think federal agents should have a single color. They can't copy that color. Have something so people know that they're actually federal agents. So they're not confused on, oh, he's not, he is. And have federal agents actually dress like the color they wear. What is it? Blue, right? That's their color, I believe.
mm-hmm. Think so.
I think those are their colors. I think it's like blue and white. The letters are white. I think they should just be dressed like that so people know, okay, these are federal agents. But if you harm a federal agent here in California, I think anywhere in the state, you do get like maximum, like I think sentence to jail or something like that. I don't know,
I
but
think it's
it's
10
not.
years if I'm right.
Yeah, there you go.
Or
10 years. Who cares? It's 10 years. It's not good on your record, and it's just gonna affect your whole life just for one stupid moment that you do something to a Fed. I feel like people should just relax when they're going through some situation like that. Have somebody on the side record, or like they're not gonna give you a notification. Have the other person call 911 and tell them, hey, you know what, this is going on. My friend, say if that friend does have papers,
mm-hmm.
hey, that friend is documented, they're discriminating,
Yeah,
and the police will come, interfere with that if it's
yeah,
just a bounty hunter.
yeah.
Um, I just personally feel like there's ways to do it, but without arguing and forcefully
And if you
fighting them.
guys, if you guys are here, if you guys have papers, right? You guys are citizens, and you have these agents, knocking on your door, and obviously, theoretically, they're supposed to identify, okay, we're from ICE, immigration, whatever. But if they're not identifying, and you guys are iffy about, I mean, you guys can call CHP. I know that CHP, the chief, isn't really working with the ICE. He has. I'm pretty sure they have a hotline set up. You guys can call them. Obviously, you know, um, I don't. I'm not gonna say they are gonna come. You know what I mean? Like, they're They're obviously patrolling from the top of California to the bottom of California. All right, they're the state police. So I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh yeah, they are gonna come and help you guys. But I'm pretty sure they do have a hotline set up for that. Um, there are impersonating federal agents out there who are acting like ICE, but they're not doing what they're supposed to be. They're doing illegal activity. They're doing completely something different. So they could be out there going out harassing people, stealing their money. That could be the case, you know. Um, but I'm pretty sure CHP has a hotline set up for that, but I can probably look into that later.
Honestly, if it's something where you're getting harassed and like you're a U.S. citizen, um, call 911. That's it. That's really all you can do is just express what you feel and be like, look, they're harassing me. I am legally, born here. I have my papers. I don't know what's going on because of my skin color. What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
You could sue them for that if they're bounty hunters and they're not actually ICE. But if they are ICE, they're not gonna just go like ICE works like this. Federal agents, they already have your information. You're already a red flag if you're not from here. Like anybody, it doesn't matter whether you're
Yeah.
Asian, Mexican,
I mean, if you
American.
don't have
They're
paper
already
and you're calling I mean, you're calling
they're no no no,
CHP.
hold up. They're already flagged. Like you did something. We already know this. This is so easy to understand. If you go to another country, right? We've spoken about this, and they know that you're not there. You don't have a visa. You like all that. I don't know how it works the process, but if you're not from there, they will freaking kick you out. They're not gonna care if you're just there for a little bit. They're gonna kick you out, and it's the same here. You're
Well,
here illegally.
it's like having
Hold
a
up. If
license.
you're, yeah, yeah. Basically, if you're here illegally, you're gonna get kicked out because it's you're breaking the law. Anywhere in another country, it's the same shit. Okay, now let's go back to like I said, if you do have a U.S. citizen, you're here, you're a resident, they can't do that. That's harassment. That's against law. But if you are illegal or you don't have your papers, you can't call 911. You can't do anything because you're here breaking the law.
Yeah, I'm
Sadly,
not. Well, obviously,
you
I'm
know.
not saying call CHP if you don't got no papers. They're not gonna help you. You know what I mean? But if you are a citizen, you have the right to be here. You have documents. And you're getting. And obviously, ICE is not gonna just come to your door. Knowing that you are a citizen. Okay, so that means they're got to be impersonating ICE. They're probably trying to break in, loot you guys or something. You know.
Remember this. Since it's so easy to get everybody's information nowadays,
Hmm.
these bounty hunters have access to doing that. So that's why they go and harass people. But that's another thing that confuses the public is like, how do they know it's ICE? So technically, when it's actually ICE, like they show you the badge and everything. They can show you their badge. They don't have to because they're federal agents.
Yeah,
But anyways,
you guys are confusing you know, a state police to a federal, you know. I mean, yes, theoretically, yes, they have to identify, themselves as how the cops do here, as they're considered the state. Um, they do have to identify, but I think there is a regulation for them where if they're serving a warrant, they're serving something. I mean, obviously it says police. They have ICE. They're wearing their vest, but theoretically they don't have to really identify if they know if they got a warrant. You know, obviously they'll knock on the door, they'll announce themselves, and then boom.
well, and then another thing I noticed too that people get confused, a lot of people, is if it's actually ICE, they will. You're say for example, I'm illegal, right? I don't have papers. Okay, if I'm going somewhere like to the grocery store, my home, wherever I am, wherever I'm going, they already have a location where I'm gonna be at. They've been following me for days. It's a whole process. They don't just go and get you. It takes days to find out, or more weeks to find out where you are, who you are, why you're here. You have a criminal charge. People are like, "Oh, it's not just criminals. It's not just criminals." Okay, I understand that term, but again, once again, you came with another country. It's a crime. It's not that hard to understand. And it's the same if you go to another country, it's a crime. But he's here for hardworking. I understand. But to the US, they're in the eyes of the government. You're illegal. You don't have the papers. As much as I would want to help everybody, get the papers, know who the hardworking people are, I would.
I
But
mean,
sadly, this is how life has been for the longest. Even when my parents came, they didn't ask for no help. They didn't ask for nothing.
I mean
They
the
worked
way the way
their
this
fucking asses
the
off.
riots are looking remind me of the April 29, 1992, the Rodney King riots. Well, obviously,
Exactly.
yeah, obviously it was bad. I mean, that was bad.
That
Um,
was worse, probably.
yeah, I mean, you're looking at over like $1 billion worth of damage in LA, but I mean, now it's probably worth even more.
Yeah, but it's like this isn't the way to do it. You know what I mean? Um, Mostly if you're in those protests and like you're not from here and you don't have papers. Honestly, I can't. The best advice I can give these people is don't be there because the moment you get a crime or a charge for hitting or assaulting an officer or doing some dumb stuff, your ass will never have the chance to get papers. That's another thing that I was thinking about. It's like don't do something that's gonna affect you.
And I think if you get arrested in a riot, but uh, if you're caught in a riot, you're harming other people, the cops, and everything. I think you carry a minimum of 10 years, if I'm right, just because of how it's going. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that, but all these young kids are going out there thinking it's cool. Um, I
The
mean,
ones that do papers and looting and stuff,
yeah,
it's
I
not
mean,
worth it because when you get older, the older you get, your mindset starts to change. The moment you want to get a badass job here, a good paying job, which we need now, you know how expensive everything is, you're not going to be able to because you fucked up.
yeah,
That's something that people don't understand. It's like, dude, your consequences will take you to the shittiest level of your life. Like, you're going to have a whole family, you're going to want to provide. And I know, sure, I don't know why women do this, but don't take care of a man. A man should take care of you. I'm just being straight up. You can work, but it's better that the man takes care of you. You have your little side money on the side. And you're not gonna be able to provide for your woman because your ass has a fucking thing hella like bad. Your
mm-hmm.
record's effed up. Like, bro,
Yeah. I mean,
just
you
fuck
see,
yourself
like
up.
that record that carries with you. I mean, it's like your license. How many accidents you got into or whatever. But like that thing follows you around. I mean, that limits basically how many jobs you can get at this point if you get a record. You know. Um,
Sorry about my son in the background. He's over here crying.
but I mean, there's that part. I mean, it gotten way bad. So let's see. They sent the National Guard. That did not help. It got much worse, and then obviously, I think the Secretary of State, if I'm right, it's was the one who called for the Marines to be sent. Um,
And then another thing that I felt sad about, and like, I have a kid. If, like I said, if I see my kid doing all that stuff, making a mess, burning the whole city, I will beat his butt. Like, what are you representing? You're not representing Mexicans. You're representing destruction.
mm-hmm.
You're not representing our culture. That's fucked up. And I don't agree on it. I just honestly don't agree on it. I have nothing against anybody that's not from here.
Yep.
I love everybody. I get along with everybody. And I'm like so with it, but I just don't agree
I
on
don't.
the
I don't think
destruction.
you guys are gonna get your point across with violence. All right, you guys
Just
cause
stay for the
chaos and harm people and do all of this shit. Well, guess what? That's what they did. They sent the Marines. You know, and not even the good ones. They sent the fucked up ones. All right. They
the
sent the
fucked up ones. What do you
yeah.
mean the fucked up
Well,
ones?
basically, I mean, they sent 700 Marines. All right. These guys live in.
Explain more thoroughly, cause I
Okay.
don't get
Well, okay.
you.
So these guys live in 29 Palm. All right. So if you guys actually look up 29 Palm, it's like it's just desert. Mainly. All right. It's hot. All right. They get like the chow and everything. It's like the worst. All right. It's like I wouldn't. It's like living in the heat, basically. All right, and you're gonna send those people. They get called to go to LA to clean up a mess. All right, you're gonna meet one of the most angriest motherfuckers. Okay, obviously they picked the one from the Second Battalion, Seventh Marine. So I mean, you guys. I mean, I see the point. I mean, there's another argument going on where like. Obviously, at least like I think 80% of the Marine Corps, or maybe less or more, I could be wrong, is Hispanic. You know, a lot of Hispanic people go to the Marine Corps, and it could be a twist where it's like Hispanic versus Hispanic. Now you got the Hispanic American versus Hispanic. Like that's another reason it's like there's another talk about that going on too now.
And like I said, what I was telling you earlier about the TJ and they're discriminating the Central American people. Like, come on, like, and you're over here making a whole fuss, and they're over here trying to kick them out of Mexico. Like, that's another country, It's like it's showing you right there. Like any other country, they gonna kick your ass out. So it's like there's no point of making a whole ass problem if we've always had ice since, like I said, my parents were here. They've been running away from ice like that, and it's like, why do you make a big deal out of it all of a sudden? It's because this generation, the youngest generation, doesn't understand the reason. They just hear the fucking news. The news lies. They don't tell you the truth. I promise you, if you're a U.S. citizen, go apply for to be a cop. Go apply. I encourage you to go apply to be a federal agent. You will see the process and how fucking hard it is to do it and why they think how they think and why everything's going on. And then you will change your fucking mindset. I'm just saying it straight blunt. I'm just being a blunt person right now. I'm being honest. You will see why we think how we think, how they are.
Okay, so
And
I
for
was,
me,
oh,
for me, it was hard to think. For me, it was hard to think. I was like, why are they doing this? Why are they so hard? When my parents didn't have papers, why are they so mean to us? Didn't know why. No one ever explained. Till I grew up and I started seeing everything. You're right. People are gonna talk bad about our president, but that's our president.
hmm
Sadly, that's our president for now. We just gotta be, understanding for the meantime. And like when it was Obama and all them, they deported so many people on the low and they had them in cages. So they were in the same term. They were in the same, mindset. Gotta deport people.
yeah.
Like
I mean,
you should play a voice of Obama saying that. I don't know,
hmm
so people can hear that voice.
I was kind of wrong.
And
It's actually 25.9. We'll take you 26% of the Marine Corps is Hispanic or Latino. Okay, so I mean, still quite a
like
bit.
people need to listen to the audios from back then, how Obama was like, telling everybody that they're gonna get deported. Ain't no one remember about that. Ain't no one talking about that. But no, they all talking about this white orange man. The orange man is mean. Like, bro, y'all didn't remember what he fucking said? What Obama said? He like straight up said, "I'm gonna deport you." He did. He deported. It's like it's nothing new. This has been happening for the longest since we didn't even exist. Since I was in my dad's back. Like I don't know. It's just people need to get and understand the situation. This has always been going on. It just becomes a riot because dumb people don't understand what's going on. It's not that hard to understand. We just,
Yeah.
we just got to think before anything and just open up your minds. Like I said, I'm not in no one side. I'm not in this and that.
Well,
And
so
people will hate me because they're going to hear what I'm saying, but it's like
well,
common sense.
well, in the 8 years when Obama was elected, so this is all his terms, I believe. Yeah, the 8 years. I think under Obama, 3.1 million ICE deportation through his 8 years in the office.
There you go. What year was that?
2013. No, not 2013. Sorry. I don't know the year on it. Actually, don't quote me on it. I think it was around 2014, 2013.
There you go. 2014, 2013. And you want to know something? My uncle got deported by him. So y'all are gonna sit here and say this president's fucked up. He's doing us dirty. No, he's doing actually better than these other assholes were doing. Because look, I don't know if you guys
So
know
yeah,
this.
sorry, I'm gonna cut you
This
off right here.
person,
So
no,
under
yeah,
Obama, there was over more than 3 million individuals that were formally removed from the United States. So they were deported under Obama. We can
like I
check
said,
under Trump.
one was my uncle. So it doesn't make us different. whether you're
So
Democrat or Republican. They're going and obeying by the law.
yeah,
And that's why I laugh how nobody says anything about these fucking Democrat
yeah. Well, under
presidents.
well under Trump, I think the first month in office, he deported 37,660, including I think the removal and return less than. I think it was about 57,000, but
He did more too. And, like I said, any president that gets elected is going to deport regardless. Doesn't matter what side you're in. You still chose a side that's going to deport a family member. Um, and it's like, it's just sad to not understand that. Whether you're Democrat or Republican, you chose a side, and legally they have to deport the people still. They
see
can't
under
stop that.
so under the first term when President Trump was elected, the first time, it was about 1.5 million people he deported.
I know, that's what I just said. It's like, doesn't matter whether what side you're in,
Yeah.
they're deporting everybody. Doesn't matter.
So
Even if what's her name, that Kamala person would have got elected, she would have deported people too.
well, I mean, you can see. I mean, what's right and wrong. I mean, I don't know if you're seeing maybe Obama deported all these people. Maybe even the ones with they had paper. You never know. Nobody really came
No,
to speak
it's
about
not.
it.
It's not. Maybe the ones who did have people. No, what I'm trying to say is that president was Democrat. He still deported people. If Kamala would have been in it, she still would have deported
Oh,
people.
and no matter.
I think.
Well, I think no matter what president goes in, they're still gonna deport people no matter what. I
Exactly.
don't think there's
That's why
anywhere they're not gonna play a
I
role.
don't
They
I
have
don't
to.
understand I don't understand why they're still doing the protest, or they did the protest. It's not gonna change the fucking fact that they're not gonna finish deporting people. Like, it's gonna happen regardless, whether whatever president we have, they have to do it because it's the law. And it's like, people are just not understanding. Like I said, it's the youngest generation that just doesn't get the point. This has been going on for so long. And yes, don't get me wrong, it's fucking sad. But you know what people should start doing now that they don't have papers, the ones that don't, is they should create a plan. Hey, you're born here, son, daughter, but I'm gonna save this money just in case my ass gets turned back,
Yep.
to wherever I'm from. I have this money for you saved, so you're covered. And that's a lot of people don't speak about it. Like, they don't talk about it. Like, hey, I'm gonna save all this money just in case my ass gets deported. You're safe. You have your money. You're
Yeah.
not gonna be alone. You got your money. And a lot of parents don't do that. They fail to teach their kids that. My
Mm-hmm.
my parents failed to teach us that when they didn't have any papers. They failed to teach us that
Yep.
because it was to the point where when they were fixing, we're like, well, we get deported, but where are we gonna stay? Oh, you're gonna stay with your aunt. Oh, that's cool, but financially, my aunt's not gonna want to be responsible for us,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's why I'm like, the plan should have started from the beginning. Hey, we don't
Yep.
have papers to save money for our kids when we go. Our kids are good. And that's something they also need to talk about. But, you know, I'm sorry for all the people that are getting deported, and that, I see that they're hardworking people. Like, yeah, it's true. They should at least be eligible to stay, like, they can apply for something where it helps them stay, and they
Yeah.
can fix their papers because they don't have no record. I think that should have been like something they should be talking about. But again, it's in the stupid law that they have to follow, and it's sad, unfortunately. And hopefully, there's a time, because I heard that every 40 years, they let people fix papers. They help them. I don't know if it's gonna happen or it's bound to happen, but hopefully, you know, that happens.
Yep. No, I think as of right now, they had a while back they had a curfew, but I think it's been lifted now. So I think everything's going back to normal. But I think the riots, I believe, did stop. So I mean, there's only so much you guys can go on doing riots. You know, I mean, how much more can you guys do before you guys gotta realize, oh shit, I still have work, I still have school, I still have to do that, I still have to provide food on the table. You know,
I just feel like we should just keep it peaceful. Like don't burn the city, don't loot the town. You're hurting people's businesses too by looting. That's not fair for them. They need to sell. They need to, you know, go out there and make money, and by looting you're destroying their business, and that's not fair for them.
hmm
Regardless,
yeah.
they're probably on your side as well, but it's like
At the end of the day,
you're ruining
you
their
know,
business.
yeah. I mean,
And it's like that shouldn't be the way to do it. If you guys want to protest, go to the city
like,
hall.
why don't you guys get your
Stand
point?
away, but
Like, try to
stand away.
get a point across. If you guys want, you guys want to get your point across in a way where it doesn't hurt nobody. There's somebody who's not being late for fucking work. Or somebody that you guys are not disturbing the peace of the public. That's what a
Yeah, it's just
peaceful protest is. Now, what they're
staying away
doing,
from the freeways, not blocking the freeways, not blocking the streets.
like,
Being on the sidewalk,
so
not
if
blocking.
you guys
That's
don't
the
want a
only.
response from CHP, like with all these, obviously the right police and stuff, you guys are disturbing the peace. That's why the response is from the state police. Is that? That's why the cops are getting involved because you guys are disturbing the peace. You want your point across. Try not to do the riots. Do a peaceful protest. All right. Stop with these sideshows. You guys are doing. Stop blocking the streets. Blocking the street isn't gonna get your point across. It's not gonna do a damn thing. All right.
Another thing that I don't think is right is when you guys call the police a little bitch or this and that. It's like, bro, if we didn't have police, we wouldn't be safe. We would have been like the third world country. You know this, right, Chad? You know this.
Yeah. Well.
Like it's something that, like you go to fucking what, Russia, or you can't say shit. They'll fucking shoot
I
you.
mean,
Right here, we still have that freedom of chilling, but for you to call the policeman that and they're not doing anything to you, it's like it's unnecessary, to be honest.
you guys wake up one night. You guys hear noise. You guys gonna call the cops, no matter who you are. You know. You could be that kid thinking, oh, you want to go to the riot, you want to call the cops, this and that. Well, guess what? Someday maybe you have to call them cops because you need help. Maybe then you'll probably realize one day that, oh shit, I'm doing this shit. I did that shit back then, and I'm over here calling them for help. And I was there calling them all this stupid shit. You guys
Yeah,
realize that
something.
those cops that come, they're just doing their job. They have families. They have their life. You think they want to be there in those riots? No, they don't. You guys are disturbing the peace. They're getting called. All right, they took a oath. All right, they took an oath to protect and serve. Okay, so they're protecting the general public from you guys. All right, and they're serving. So they have to. They took an oath. If they can't do it and they get scared, they like, oh, we're not gonna do it. Then what's the point of having all this police? What's the point of having all these fucking departments? There's no, then there's no reason. Let the fucking criminals out. Let them run the streets. You know, every day you'll probably see killing. You know, there's nothing you can really do. If you guys, that's what you guys want. That's what you guys want. You guys want that type of lifestyle where criminals are running around shooting people, killings. If that's what you guys want, this generation doesn't understand. If you guys want to protest, protest peacefully. That's all.
Yeah, so just try not to be, how would I say it? Like, don't fuck up other people's routine of working and
But
making shit worse for
yeah,
us and making it look bad on us, because we're not fucked up. We're cool ass Mexican people. We like to work. We like to cook for others. We like to do all that shit. Let's make it peaceful and go to the city hall to protest. That's
yeah. I
it.
think the main point is basically is if you guys gonna protest, protest peacefully in a way where it doesn't, obviously, like I said before, it doesn't disrupt the peace of the general public. I think that's
And
it.
and doesn't, like I said, doesn't make us look bad. That's That's all
Yeah.
we're asking.
Yeah.
Like I
No point to
said,
burn flags and shit. Yeah.
yeah, because that's something that like all these people from the army, everybody fight for.
I mean, yeah, I
Yeah,
just
just
said
keep
earlier,
fix
25%
the
of them are
religion.
Hispanic and Latino. They're serving the military. You're burning the flag. Some of these people that have died in the military, you know, those people, those Hispanics, they get wrapped. All right, they get wrapped around the. I mean, yeah, the, you know, like they get wrapped on that flag. On their casket. They're given that flag. They give that flag to their family. There's somebody's son has died in war, and they get that flag. You guys are burning that flag that's been given to somebody's mother or someone's daughter or somebody, their father. You guys don't realize that.
Yeah, just the whole point is we just we're just trying to encourage the younger people
Yeah.
that are listening and anybody else. Don't take this personal. It's just our personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I just think we should be more respectful. And if you guys hate so much the police, like I said, go apply, go do it, and you'll see why they are how they are.
Yep.
It's nothing. And the bounty hunters, they should just fuck off. I don't know why the fuck they're trying to do the ICE
Yeah.
federal agent work. That's their job, not their job. Like, come on,
Yep. Yeah.
that shit's fucked up. But overall, stay tuned, guys.
Yeah. I think
This
we're
is
gonna
all
call it
for
right here.
today.
Probably talk about another
Yeah.
topic. You guys know when it will come.
We love
Uh,
you guys. Thank you for listening and tuning in, and
yep.
hopefully, the next topic is something different besides this bullshit, and hopefully
Yep.
people understand
Yep.
and take this, to heart and understand.
Mm-hmm. All right, then, guys. You guys have a good night. Stay tuned for more.